Good morning, children. In the previous class, we studied about the tanks and the groundwater. So, under the groundwater, we tried to understand about the depleting water resources in the present times and how to recharge this groundwater and the importance of the groundwater. So, we learnt about two kinds of rocks which gets accumulated with the water bodies. One is a pervious rock and the other one is impervious rocks. Pervious rocks have small pores on it which allows for the percolation of the water, and an aquifer develops under these rocks, which is a water body which we call it as a groundwater. Whereas for impervious rocks, which most of the Telangana region, granites, Kadapa, limestone, these rocks are very high in density and they doesn't possess any kind of pores. As a result of that, the water doesn't get percolated into them, and the water get collected above these rocks, and these rocks even have large gaps in between them, which allows for the weathering of the rocks, and the depth of these cracks are 20 to 30 meters in depth, and which allows to bring the water to the surface with the help of a bore or with a pipe. And later, today we shall learn about the depleting water resources, how to recharge them, and about the quality of the groundwater. So, these are the two aspects which we discuss in today's class too, that is regarding the recharging of groundwater and quality of the water, groundwater. Coming to the recharging of the groundwater, children, water flows very swiftly on a naked ground which doesn't have trees or any kind of vegetation, grass or any kind of stones. There the water flows very swiftly. There is nothing to stop the flow of this water when it rains. But however, if the flow of the rainwater is checked by vegetation or by the construction of a check dam or with the construction of a bund, then automatically there is a greater possibility of percolating into the soil to join the groundwater. Grasses are planted generally on the hill slopes in order to allow for the percolation, and even large trees are planted across the streams on the banks of the river in order to allow for the greater percolation of the water. And these days even they are constructing small check dams in order to store the water in that place for a longer period of time, so that it allows for the percolation of the water. All these helps to increase or recharge the groundwater. However, it is seen in most parts of the Telangana that we are extracting more groundwater than what is being recharged. It's nothing but we are overusing the groundwater. So the amount of the water that percolates into the soil has got declined due to the cutting down of the forests in Telangana region. Due to this, there is a rapid fall of the water table or the water level in Telangana. It is expected that nearly 2 meters fall is being noticed every year because of the over usage of the groundwater. And however, if we draw more water than what percolates down, the groundwater will decrease over the time, and as a result of that, there may be a little groundwater left for us, and this has been happening for the last few years. This is not the first time I have brought this case in front of you. You have been learning about the importance of the water and the effective usage of the water right from your lower classes. So that's the importance of the groundwater, how effectively it has to be used. And in our part of the country, if you observe, it rains only for 3 to 4 months, and for the remaining parts of the year, we need to depend upon the groundwater itself. So rivers, wells and ponds, as well as the water from these groundwater is being the main sources for the utilization of the water. So can we increase this groundwater? Then you might have observed that by planting much vegetation or the trees on the slopes of these streams, we can allow it, or by constructing of the check dams, we can allow for the percolation of the groundwater, which further enhances the availability of the groundwater. So over the last few years, there have been efforts in order to increase the groundwater. They started harvesting methods. Okay, water harvesting concept as well as a watershed concept has been brought into the force by the law, and such efforts are called the watershed development projects, which usually take the measures to plant the trees or to plant the grass, to develop the grass on the hill slopes, especially at the source of the river. If you allow for the growth of these kind of vegetation, automatically it helps the percolation, and also small bunds are being constructed across these streams to stop the flow of the water, and small check dams are also being built in order to store the water for a longer period of time, which helps in the increase of the increase as well as the recharge of the ground water. So this is how we can increase the ground water, but at the same time, is the quality of the groundwater suitable for the drinking and for our domestic usage? Because groundwater gets mixed up with many kinds of minerals present underground. So whether it is completely suitable for the drinking and domestic purpose, sometimes the water is tasted salty and sometimes it is tasted sweety. Why? The reason is depends upon the amount of minerals or the excessive minerals which are present in the groundwater, which are dissolved in this groundwater, which helps in giving the taste as a salty or as a sweet. These minerals come from the rocks and soils which are underneath. Hence, depending upon the minerals present underground with the mix of the water, the taste and the nature of the water also changes. So it depends upon what kind of rocks are present and how they are getting weathered, and what kind of soils are there, what minerals got dissolved into the water. Depending upon that, the nature and the taste of the water also depends. In Telangana, there is excessive quantity of certain minerals like sodium, fluoride, and chloride, and even nitrate and iron. So drinking such water is not only good for health, okay, and even it can cause diseases also. And you might have observed the people from Nalgonda region, especially they suffer with a disease called as fluoride, the fluorosis. Even their teeth are marked yellowish in color because of the excessive usage of that fluoride content water. And it also harms, it also affects their bones in their growth, and most of the Nalgonda region people get affected with this kind of a problem also. So many times water polluted due to the excessive usage of fertilizers even, and pesticides. With the poor drainage facilities also, the water gets percolated into the soil and it spoils the groundwater. In our country, this problem is increasing day by day, and unless we take preventive steps, most of the wells or rivers of water or the river water soon will become polluted, and it becomes unsafe for drinking. Not only for drinking, even for bathing also it becomes unsafe. So we need to use this groundwater very effectively. Groundwater, like the rivers, is the common resource of all the people and not just of one single person. So who have land over the aquifers, they are extracting a large amount of water, which is further decreasing the water table. So those who had land over the aquifers tend to overuse the water, which further affects the decrease of water table in the neighboring villages even. Some of them are digging deeper wells and bigger wells also, which cause further decline in the water level. As a result, the water in the neighboring villages and in the neighboring wells also goes dried up. Unless we use the groundwater as a common resource and in a restrained manner, we cannot ensure the availability of the water to everyone and its benefit also to everyone. In fact, after a few years, what happened, even those who dig deeper tube wells will not have sufficient water to pump even. So it's the responsibility of today's generation to protect the water and to give the water as a sacred asset to our next generation, because the water what we have received was as a sacred asset from our past. So it is the duty of the future generation in order to give it to the next generation also. Otherwise we can expect that future generations will fight destructive wars which will be because of the water, and we will be responsible for it. So let us take a oath to protect the groundwater and to effectively use the groundwater so that it can be remained for the next generation also, and we will be responsible to avoid the next war, which is only because of the availability of water. Thank you, children. In the next class, we shall further discuss about the groundwater. Thank you.